As much as I like cooking, sometimes I really just want to be in and out of the kitchen in less than 45 minutes. I promise you this dish will allow you to be in and out and back on the couch in time for your show. Today we are making some beans with plantain and tatali. Let's get started. Before we do, however, I just have to say, hello everybody, welcome back. To get started, we need the following: some black-eyed peas, palm nut oil, tinned tomatoes or fresh tomatoes, any seasoning of your choice, some dried shrimps or herrings, some habanero peppers, and last on the list, some chopped onions. I'm going to get started by washing out my beans very well. You know what? Some people soak their beans to help degauss the beans. However, you can cook them right away. You just have to make sure you give them a really, really good wash, just to make sure that you are taking all the dirt off of it. As you saw earlier on, I had 2 packs of beans, but I am using just a bag and a half. I have some water going on the fire, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my beans in here and cook it on medium heat. In another saucepan, I'm going to add in my palm nut oil and heat this up a little bit. Next, I'm going to add in my chopped onions. Once we get our onions sweating, we'll go ahead and add in our can of tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes if you have that on hand. Yeah. I'm going to cover this up and let it cook for about 20 minutes on low heat. Next, I'm going to check on my beans now that it started boiling, and I'm going to carefully scrape all of the foam that is forming on top of my beans. Before I cover it back up, I'm going to add about a glass of water to it to help cook my beans. It's been about 20 minutes now. I am going to check in on my sauce and go ahead and add the rest of my ingredient. I am adding in my habanero peppers because I want a kick to it. I am going to go ahead and add in my shrimp Maggie Cube. Again, use any seasoning that works best for you. And I'm going to throw in my dried shrimps and herrings. I'm going to stir it in very well and let it cook for about another 10 to 15 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes now. I am going to check up on my sauce. Also, I tasted it to make sure. Okay, we gotta take a quick commercial break because Nia just visited us in the kitchen. So as I was saying, I tasted my sauce to make sure the salt content is okay. I am checking on my beans to make sure that it is not completely cooked through, because I am going to cook it for about another 10 minutes in the sauce. I am going to add half of my beans in here, and I'm going to keep the other half in my other saucepan and cook it all the way through. Stir it in very well and allow the beans to soak up the juices of your sauce. It's going to be delicious. I need you to try this recipe and let me know how it goes. While we have our beans simmering, I am going to quickly make some tatale. If you are Ghanaian, you know that you cannot have your beans without some fried plantain, kaklo, or tatale. We are almost there, people. And yes, that's needed. She's hungry, and so am I. Hang in there. We are almost done here. I tasted my beans one more time and added a little bit of salt, and we should be on our way. Our bean stew is all ready, and I'm going to put another pan on the fire, add some palm oil, and I'm going to go ahead and infuse the oil with some onions, and I'm going to also throw in some seasoned salt to essentially season up the oil. I'm going to fry my onions till it caramelizes. You're probably wondering what I'm using this oil for. If you're familiar with how beans is sold in Ghana, this may look very familiar to you. And if you are not, there are two ways you can eat your beans. You can make it into a bean stew, like I just showed you, or you can fry up some onions in your palm nut oil, and you can add it to your beans. Now look at those onions. I mean, the smell is just divine. Let's go ahead and plate our dishes and let's eat. Now let me know how you prefer to eat your beans. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, and stay tuned for the next video. And until next time, be kind and listen. Listen to one another, because it makes a whole lot of difference. Be safe out there.